Shall I do my review?
Sure. What have you been getting up to?
Baldur's Gate is a game originally released December of 1998 and has since been enhanced and re-released. It is the great granddaddy of role-playing video games, and I dipped my toe into it a little bit this month. I'll be talking about it during our very special after show, Dime Gaming Bros Happy Hour, that we record after every single episode of Dime Gaming Bros. It is a Patreon exclusive show, so please consider heading over to patreon.com/Dime Comic Bros and subscribe under one of the 4 tiers available there. Shh, it's better this way. I don't have a whole lot to say about the game.
I'm going to have an aneurysm.
I got home from my long tour with my emo rock band 60 Seconds to Uranus. For more context, please listen to our other show, Dime Comic Bros, specifically Season 3, Episode 41. We do that show every week with our friend Colin, and we talk about anything remotely comic related. I got home, and I remembered that I still had April's Humble Bundle monthly bundle to claim. There were a couple of goodies in there this month, but I downloaded Rollerdrome and mostly burned through it in the week I've been home. So, Rollerdrome was released in August of 2022 on Windows, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. It was developed by Roll7. That name should sound familiar. I reviewed their latest game, Ollie Ollie World, back in January. All of the self-plugs this review. Spencer bet me $10 that I couldn't, and I did it. The story goes something like this. In the future, there is a new blood sport where competitors are pitted against increasing numbers of enemies in an arena. The competitor has to rollerblade around the arena and kill all of the guys and not die. For visuals, balanced is the word that comes to mind when I think of the visuals. The game is trying to feel futuristic, but in an old school kind of way. Imagine the space aesthetic from the 60s. The colors used in the game are perfect. A high combo counter only gets brighter in colors, and that's helpful because the action is so fast-paced. I really didn't have time to watch the combo counter, but there were a couple of times my brain saw a bright color over there and went, wow, I'm actually doing well. A large part of the game is timing a dodge, especially from sniper shots, so when their red reticle turns white for a split second, it's super helpful to get that perfect dodge. There are super annoying enemies later in the game with a laser weapon that leaves a burning substance in a trail on the ground, and all that is a bright burning blue that really stands out from the landscape. Levels themselves are distinct in colors and layout/design. Sound design, I think I'm going to blame my troubles in this game on the sound design. But first off, the music is great. There's fun synths that help fill the space without being overpowering. Gunfire and explosions sound great. I think what I would like to see improved would be the homing missiles that were always chasing after me. If there was a beeping that beeped faster the closer they get, there would have been a lot less deaths on my end. As what is in the game to indicate that there's homing missiles coming after you are like these red arrows that are under your character model, but that wasn't what I was usually looking at. So the missiles take a single shot from the pistol, so it would be an easy fix. Tricks and grinds sound great. If you aim down sights after a perfect dodge, you trigger a reflex that slows time down even more than just regular aiming down the sights already does. And the reflex time sounds really slow and cool. Gameplay. A lot of reviews say that this game is basically old school Tony Hawk games with guns akimbo. I think that kind of brings this game down, to be honest. I think summing this game up like that brings this game down. There's so much care put into this game as far as challenges. There's 10 per level. Level design, enemy placement, collectible placement. There's a perfect balance struck between designing the level to play well and having a way to tackle it, but also giving the player freedom to do their own thing and try to beat the level in a single combo or whatever. There are 4 weapons in your arsenal: the dual pistols, the shotgun, the grenade launcher, and a unique blazer weapon that kind of acts like the ballista from Doom. Guns quickly unlock as you play through more levels of the game. Ammo is very limited. To refill your ammo, you have to perform 6 skater tricks and flips. I think that's what pushes the insanity of this game over the edge. It's fun rollerblading around and shooting hordes of enemies. It feels like Doom Guy found a skateboard in hell and said, "Hold my beer." Because ammo is at such a premium, you have to pay so much attention to enemy placement so that you can make space to perform a cool move and try to chain it to attacking the next enemy. This game is not easy, but it was surprising when I was struggling with a late game level and just getting wrecked, and then going back to one of the early levels and completely crushing the challenges. The game does well at teaching you how to improve, seemingly by just throwing more and more enemies at you. There are only 10 levels, but as I already mentioned, there are 10 challenges per level, encouraging hitting the retry button a lot. There are a couple levels that start with a room that you can walk around and interact with a few things. These are for storytelling purposes, and I really didn't find much use for them. I think there are some easy things that can be added for a sequel. I'd like to see different weapons, maybe even like a list of weapons, and you can only bring 4 with you into the arena, so you have to choose well. The game has you play as a certain character that is the underdog in the story, and the story is pretty clear that the people in charge of the in-game game are trying to cheat against you. I wish the story was trimmed and that I could personalize my character. The story really didn't do a whole lot, and I didn't see a need for it. But personalizing my character would be a lot of fun. Just changing the helmet and the outfit, even if it was just colors. I forgot to write up my summary. Like I said, I burned through it in just a couple of sittings this week, and I certainly am not a master at it. I didn't beat the final level because the boss at the end was too hard. But it was a lot of fun. It's a very short and sweet game that I got bundled with 9 other games for like $10. So
Wow.
Well worth the price.
You and just always pulling a Humble Bundle game out of your ass is driving me crazy because I don't want to do it, even though I know I should do it. I don't even play PC games, so I know I shouldn't. But I should because it's a good value.
My nose itches.
Humble Bundle shill. Get us a sponsorship.
I've been waiting for you to break the news that they're actually enslaving children and whatever.
They probably are. Who isn't enslaving children at this point?
True. I'm sure there's
Any-
a coffee company somewhere.
Every company over like $10 million is probably mostly running on child slaves, so